Hey, welcome back, Outcast In-Laws, episode 5. It might only be the fourth one you're actually seeing,
Oh, yeah.
but it is the fifth we're recording.
We got new equipment, and I made a boo-boo.
Yes, it did not go quite as planned, and here we are, not re-recording,
No.
because we would not have been able to remake that magic from the
that
last
was
episode.
lightning. Maybe if you guys don't mind shitty audio,
We'll dub it.
yeah, if we get enough following, we're like, hey man, we want to watch that episode. It
Yes.
was wild.
It was a great episode. Unfortunately, the audio track doubled, and it sounds like we're in a sewer, and it echoes.
It's hella reverb.
Yes.
But how do you guys think the audio sounds now?
Yes,
We did a
please.
practice recording this time. We didn't do it last time.
No.
We didn't think about it. That's one thing we were like, let's go into this blind and
It did not pay off well.
no.
It was not a good return on investment. It was painful.
But now we are here.
Yeah.
And today, you may notice that we are not with any bourbon.
Yeah. I had this idea earlier today while I was cleaning out leftovers out of my fridge I had some chicken leftover I made yesterday for lunch. I'd given it to the dogs as a treat. And I saw that I had Miller High Life, Miller Lite, Busch Light. And I text Harold and I was like, hey man, do you guys have any Bud Light? We'll do a comparison, lights. And then he ended up bringing a 6-pack of Busch. So I was like, hey, there we go. We can do a full flavor versus a light beer and just try them now. I've never directly done this.
Yeah.
Never compared them.
I
Apples to oranges.
I honestly thought I grabbed Busch Light. I guess I grabbed full flavor.
It actually worked out.
Yeah.
Because I had most of a 30 rack that my buddy Eric, thanks Eric, if somehow you're watching this and I didn't know you'd found it, had brought to a party. And they have been in my garage very cold for the last 2 months. And luckily none of them exploded. The Miller Lite was in the garage and the Busch Light was in the garage.
We don't have Bud Light to compare or Budweiser.
Yeah, we'll have to do that on a different one. Bring it in, do all the buy brands, maybe do an Anheuser.
Yeah. We're not saying that we don't like Budweiser.
No.
I just was trying to get in and out of the liquor store. I got called a big back.
A big back?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude. So there was
I don't even know what that means.
No, it means I'm fat.
Well, I could have made that assumption that they were meaning that.
No, I was third in line. He was talking to this one guy about the lady that just left. They refused to sell her anything because she was already drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And she drove off, and when she was backing up, she hit a pole and then drove off. And then talked to the other guy. They talked about the bikers against predators.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's cool. I walked up to the counter. The guy just goes, big back. And I'm going to tell you, I don't really care if people call me big. I'm bigger. But damn, that pissed me off.
It just struck you odd.
I was like,
what did I do to you, man?
I was like, bitch, what? I closed my mouth and I walked out. I was like, I need to pull away from this liquor store. I'm going to drag that motherfucker out.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, and you made it here today with our busk.
Our busk.
Yep, in the Buscalotti.
Mm-hmm. Some of my favorite are the Busch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a light beer drinker now. I used to do the full flavor and IPAs.
Yeah.
But now it's just if I'm going for beer, it's going to be a light beer.
I have a couple darker beers upstairs we'll have to try on maybe one of the next episodes. We can call it beers from Frank, because yet again, my buddy Frank gave me all these beers that I have yet to try. I think I have 3 or 4 sitting there.
Are they Zool?
No, the Zools he gave us were just amazing.
Also, we referenced that on the last
yes.
episode. You guys won't get to see that unless you want to.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments.
We'll, much to our resistance, put it up. It was a good episode. I was so saddened that there was no way to end up cutting half the track.
Yeah, I tried doing a split track, but what it did, since it was already stereo, is it was 2 of the same tracks.
Yeah, and that's Not gonna work.
No. I got it like a little okay, but it was like we were like super on top of it.
Yes, I'm sure that sounded great.
It sounded like the second episode
Yes, much like the second episode where we tried other new things and it didn't work
where I
out
tried
as
to be
well.
fancy on the editing and
Yeah.
it made it sound watery as hell.
Yeah, just very quiet on the second episode. Like we were both really far, as I'm sure that just sounded amazing. Really far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've never done this. Oh, I've done the podcast. Obviously, episode 4 for you guys, but never directly compared light beer to full flavored beer.
It's 4 with a ghost episode.
Yes. It's like those ghost poops when you sit down and you release a monster and then you get up and it's not there. It just ran away. It's a ghost.
Yeah, those are the worst.
And you have to sit there and imagine, did I actually just do this or...
What's worse is when you get the ghost poop and then you have the phantom wipe with it.
Yeah, it just broke off clean.
Yeah, there's nothing. You're like, did I?
Yeah. That's always a good combination. Okay, weird peeing bathroom story. So it was in packaging at the time. So still work for a company. It was a sterile room, and we have to wear gowns, hairnets, all that. And I was leaving, and I ran out. I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. So I'm degowning, hang my gown up, sprint out, go out of the rooms into our bathroom, and I'm standing there at this urinal, and I'm peeing, and I'm like, and just sneeze fart while peeing at a urinal so loud.
Oh,
and there was
man.
somebody in the stall pooping. And then they lose it and start laughing. I start laughing, and then I'm getting the pee squirt. So it's like, and I am losing it so bad,
my God.
laughing so hard. And I go back in. There's a guy I worked with, Jared, and I started telling him this story, and I'm laughing. I think it's hilarious. And he dead face looks at me. He's like, "Why are you telling me this? I don't want to hear about this." And I'm like, "This is a funny story, man." He's like, "Not funny at all." I'm like, thanks, man.
Just like us at the Sparky Mart.
Yes. Our bonding over
Our bonding.
blown out
my
buttholes.
I think we had Chinese,
Yeah.
and I had a poo poo, and so we somehow pulled up at the same gas station, and I went to the bathroom, and he came in after me, and I didn't want to do it. I was holding it in so bad and just couldn't do it anymore and let loose. It's the loudest fart anyone's ever heard.
I'm standing at the urinal peeing, and I hear there's something like, "I'm sorry, man, I can't." Boom! Just let it go. And then I'm laughing, trying to pee at the same time. It was great.
I did not know it was you until you
Yep.
said anything. You must have watched me go into the bathroom and then like, oh, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm diving in. I'm going to go light first, light on the left, regular on the
I
right.
think we should stay uniform and try and see what.
Or do you want to go regular and then light?
Let's go light regular. Probably the best bet.
Okay. Yeah, probably go from lighter flavor to heavier flavor. Bush Light. Sweet.
Oh, we didn't know what it was. It's Bush Light.
It's Bush Light. I'd like to do a blind one maybe sometime and have like, let's put a sticky note or something on the bottom of the glasses and have one of the wives pour like Bush Light, Natty Light, Bud Light, all the Anheuser Lights, Michelob Ultra, given that one looks like water, so you'd be able to tell. But
I think at that point you'd be giving them too much power.
yeah, we'd get one that was pee, I'm sure. They'd pull a slow one on us.
But if you're getting pee like that, man, you need to drink some water.
Man, we have a family group chat. I started on vitamin B complex with a C added into it, and my pee was like lemon lime Gatorade. It was the brightest yellow. I was like, am I the thing that creates the slime from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles realm? Like, this is the weirdest thing
I
ever.
am the source of the ooze.
Yes. Beyond just being the milkman.
I'd take that any day over when I got prostatitis and it was like almost red. like pure red.
Yeah. Yeah, Bush Light. Super sweet.
Sweet.
Sure, everybody loves my mouth sounds. I'm sorry.
This is drinking beer ASMR.
Yes.
I have to drink it all or else I'm not going to finish it.
Yeah. That's good. Bush Light's one of my favorite lights. I have since switched. I'll try to remain neutral to this, to one that has a little bit more flavor to me as a light.
Mm-hmm.
Be interesting. We should get Yingling Light in and compare it to that because the Yinglings have big flavor for lagers.
I don't know. I've always liked the High Life or the MGD. When you get the shittier brands that we will drink, Old Milwaukee.
Yeah. Oh, that's my dad's. Oh, I bet when I smell that, I just go back to getting screamed at as a child. Just flashback.
It's like a reverse
Little
That's So
trauma
Raven.
bond. Yeah. And then the Hueys fly in. I'm in a jungle.
Oh, that's the first beer like I ever drank was Old Milwaukee because my buddy's dad kept it stocked in the fridge. He kept a lot in there, so he wouldn't miss one or two.
No, you'll never notice. He'd just be like, oh, I must have drank 12 last night, not 10. Yeah, my dad was Old Milwaukee Light and Budweiser forever before that. So my first sip when I was probably 8 or 9 or something was of a can of Budweiser, and I still don't like Budweiser.
Oh, my dad did. The random times he drank, it would be like, what's the Mickey's?
Oh, the Mickey Grenades,
Yeah.
the little glass malt liquors, I believe.
Yeah, that's where he went.
This one smells like it has more flavor. I'm doing whiskey things to beer.
The viscosity is nice.
Viscosity is very low, but the foam sticks to the glass.
All right, I'm gonna go in.
Very low head, as it should be.
Bush full flavor.
That is much better than I remember it being. I have not had a Bush full flavor. This would have been...
See, when you said that sweet, I didn't get it, but on that, there's some sweetness to that.
We're going to have to slow down or we're going to pound these and be trashed 38 minutes into the episode.
I would have just brought one of each.
We don't have to drink all of these. It looked empty if I didn't put like 2 of each in there. I figured we'd each split like half of one so that we'd...
you got to think about it this way. We killed like a half of the fifth.
Oh, I know.
Episode.
That was... You guys won't get to see it because we really went down the rabbit hole on some rabbit hole bourbon. And we just kept pouring and kept pouring. And then we get done and we're like, wow, we both drank about 6 ounces of whiskey. A little bit more than we had planned.
Since you guys didn't get to see that episode, definite 9 out of 10 rabbit hole.
Yes, it was
Very
delicious.
Good. Very good bourbon.
I'll be interested to try some of their other ones other than those 2.
We had the Dillinger and the Cave Hill.
Yep, both very good. I like the Caveville actually better, and it's like half the cost of the Derringer. I did finally start getting the taste of the sherry finish, but
Did I say Dillinger?
oh, I don't even know. I think you did, but
I think I did.
Yeah, the Derringer. It
Derringer.
might be Dillinger.
Maybe.
Might be Derringer.
I think it's Derringer.
It's a rabbit hole and it's a sherry cask finish, whatever it is. It was good. I think I preferred the regular bourbon.
Yeah, the Cave Hill was also kosher.
Yes, kosher, Kentucky. Not a place, but it was kosher.
Oh, sorry guys, if you see me backing off, it's because it's
Oh
beer.
no! Oh, that was a good one. That sounded like a nice Alex the Terrible growl.
Dude, I've had Slaughter Prevail all over my work playlist. Like, you know how if you guys don't use YouTube, it builds it for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine, surprise, it's him and Villa are always, I have one that it's just comes up and populates it as the hymn mix, and it's all him and Villa Vallo songs. So It's an awesome playlist.
What's the weirdest one that's ever been on your playlist?
It cracks me up. So I will go from, it'll be like metal mix, and mine's Slaughter to Prevail, I Prevail. And then like 4 songs in, it will be Louis Armstrong somehow. And I'm like, hello, darling. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on the moon. And I'm like, how did this song end up in a metal playlist? And then it'll go right back to all metal.
I think I know how mine works because like I'll be listening to metal and right like halfway through the day I'll do podcasts first, get podcasts out of the way. And then near the end of the week, I'll start listening to music like to finish out the week. And that day I was watching Dustin Hawkins Rise Again.
Okay.
He was the lead singer of The Darkness, if you guys don't know who he is. And then I got The Darkness like for 4 songs. And I was like, okay.
It's tracking. They're watching what I actually listen to. Oh, yeah, but mostly mine's all him.
Is it Dustin or Justin?
I think it's Dustin, but I'm not positive.
We needed like a for sure fact checker on there.
We do. Somehow get an AI that listens to us and just streams all of it on a TV in the background. It's just constantly looking up facts.
Well, Dustin, if you're watching this,
Yes.
I'm sorry if I got your name wrong.
Yeah. It will happen again, I promise. It might be a common theme on this podcast is
I'm an aging male. It
Yes.
happens.
us incorrectly calling out people's names.
Comparatively to the 3 males, well, the 3 older males in this house, my mind's fine.
Yes. Who are the other ones?
To the 3 older.
Oh, yes. Mine's excellent compared to that. I know what day of the week it is. Woo, woo. Oh, okay, Trace. No need to be screaming at us from the other room, man.
Oh, gotta slam the rest
Yeah,
of it.
clear it. Man, now they're going to be like a mixed flavor. Yeah, it's not as bad as I remember. The last time I had Bush regular, they were running camo cans then, but they're the orange camos for the full flavor. And I grabbed it by mistake thinking it was Bush Light. And this was years before, I don't even think Trace was born when I had bought it. And I get back, and I'm like, oh, I got regular Bush, but I already tore the box open and put some in the fridge. I'm like, I'll try it. I drank a half of one. It was like, that's nasty, and dumped them all out.
Well, we also like.
I know. The beer burps are real, man. I'm not used to that with bourbon.
We've also like vastly changed our palate with bourbon and everything.
That's
too.
true. I never used to drink full flavored beer. It was light. Started light, then switched to. I did drink Budweiser for a short period of time. Now I yet again don't like the flavor of it. It's quite bitter for a lager that should have a sweeter flavor to it. But then I switched to all IPAs, craft beers, and then I switched back from that to light beers again.
Yeah.
Specifically for caloric content. That one of these is, all right, we can do a direct comparison. What's that one? I think this is 95 right there. And
Where's the
3.2 carbs. It's in the little. Most thrilling part of this podcast of watching
I can't
guys
find
read
it.
cans of beer. 12 fluid ounces and 114. So not that bad. 19 calorie difference between the two of them for full flavor versus light.
I'm going to have to hit the gym on a Sunday now.
Yeah. Just adding in unnecessary calories. Yeah, you guys might have. Did we talk about the calories of Fireball in the last episode?
I don't know.
So we were looking this up at work because I have a friend who recently retired and he drinks a lot of alcohol. That's weird. Me out. The camera screen went out. He drinks what he had admitted to is like 18 natty lights a day. And he recently started adding in like a half a handle of Fireball on top of it. And we were trying to do the math as to how many calories that is. And then to find out that like the bourbons we drink, because they're such a high alcohol content, actually have more calories than those super sweetened whiskeys like our Old Smokies upstairs that are only like 100 calories an ounce. But those like the Rabbit Holes are like 140 calories an ounce just from the alcohol content. So, but it is surprising to me that it's only a 19 calorie difference here. I'd pick the light out of the two of them if I were to drink one.
I would pick the
See?
full flavored.
Yeah. It's not bad. They're both really close. I just like that one's just a little more subtle. And I guess the difference maybe if I'm eating food, that'd be fine.
Oh yeah, that'd be good with
Because
the burger.
that'd have a bigger flavor and you'd be able to taste it. But if we're out like hot and just sitting out, I want the light.
I'm gonna say like steak or burger, chicken or fish.
Yeah. That'd complement well. Yeah.
On to the Millers.
Yep. Which one are you grabbing? Okay,
I'm
I'll
grabbing
grab.
the High Life.
And another thing, maybe you guys will know this. Why do different companies spell light different? Like
Yeah.
Miller is Lite,
I think
Bush
it's
is
like-
Light.
It's like we're hip with it.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we're trying something different. We're trying to do like a little review.
Yes.
Are you going
Light and left.
light on the left?
Full on right. Oh, we touched hands.
Okay. I don't want a dry dump.
There's your light. Can't really get to your left. So yours is light in the rear. Story of
Wait.
our lives. Yeah, your light was the one that was further back.
Okay. So this is Miller High Life. Well, no, this is Miller
Miller Light.
Miller Light Miller High
Miller
Life.
High Life. Yep. Very similar color to these two. There's not as that there's a huge color difference in the Bush and Bush Light, but there was a noticeable clear to darker. These are pretty similar if I get them up in that light. It is a little darker. The Miller High Life is slightly darker. Get a dual.
I'm gonna be editing the footage. I'm like, oh, totally switched those up.
Yeah, you're like, nope, had them wrong. I bet there's a noticeable flavor difference, and you'll
yeah.
be able to pick it
Oh, yeah.
up. Yeah, there is.
All right. I'm gonna go for the light. Somehow got drips of beer on here.
Yeah, it's all good. It's a old table.
I don't think that's the light.
Not as sweet as Bush.
I got it mixed up.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. That one's slightly lighter. Yeah.
I have such a good palate. Look at
Yeah,
me.
Look at me. They taste the same. I'm tasting cheap light beers and comparing them. Oh, we are so bougie. You guys didn't think you'd be coming to see the bourgeoisie with this podcast and whoever just sneezed out there.
I think that was Barrett.
It might have been.
I think everybody went upstairs.
Sounds it. Somebody's moving a baby gate around.
How is the lighting, everybody?
Yes. Do you like the new lighting setup? We're trying to do some backlighting, even out the shadows.
It's better than
Yeah, it's better than none. I really like on some of them, you'll see they have the like super directed beams canceling out all the shadows. That's pretty neat.
eventually. I think, but
Once we get a permanent setup
yeah, we're
where we can mount things.
balling on a budget right now.
Yes. Attempting to ball on a budget. Yeah. We are, I don't know,
I wouldn't-
slumming on a budget.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think the audio interface we're using is one of the most expensive on the market.
Yes, that is true.
Personal use, not
Yeah. Production
Production.
for music producer or anything that's running like 800 switchboard. Yeah. Out of these two, Yet again, Miller Lite's the one I drink all the time, but
High Life. I've always been a High Life guy.
maybe it'd be interesting to do High Life and MGD.
Yeah.
I've often wondered if they're not just the same thing in two different bottles.
No, because MGD has that more of that stank on it. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. It's like more of the hopsy stank on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, High Life's really good. It is good. It is the champagne of beers. And it does have a little more bitter to it. So that is nice. I'm dripping water in my beer. If you like the flavor, it is a little bit better. 141 calories in a Miller High Life versus, I believe, is 99 in a Miller Lite.
I think most light beers are sub 100.
Yep, 96 and 3.2 carbs.
I think that's how they get away with the light. It's sub 100.
Yeah.
'Cause I know
Bud Light 99.
Bud Light 99, and then they have the
It's Bud Select is 99. Yeah.
what's drawing a blank? We just mentioned it. Yingling.
Oh, Yingling.
99s.
Yeah, the Flights. Is that it?
Yeah, they're 99 calories.
I remember we bought that like right when it came out because we had a party at the house and Ethan came over and we were playing cornhole in the front yard.
We used to not be able to buy Yingling here, though.
Yes, it was not distributed in the state of Indiana.
So we had to drive a couple hours to pick up a case of Yingling. So we'd get like 3 or 4 cases at a
Yeah,
time.
always minimum. And it was funny when I think you bought me some on the way down to North Carolina or something like that.
I bought me some on the way to North Carolina, and I bought yours on the way back.
I was like, yay, I just got skunky beer that rode in a trunk
Yeah.
for a week and a half and then came back to Indiana.
No, me and Tom killed like a case when I was
Yeah.
down there.
Man, I can't wait for the seasonal Yinglings to come out again this year. I'm sorry if you guys heard that. I forget if they had the black and tans are always good. That's probably one of my favorite Yinglings. The Hershey's chocolate porter Yingling, that is probably hands down my favorite Yingling.
There was that one Hershey chocolate that we tried from the liquor store that it was like really bitter
Yeah.
for a chocolate.
Yeah, you'll run into that. And I remember playing pool out in my barn with Erica's grandfather, Tom. Erica and Aaron's grandfather, guys, they're sisters. And drinking vanilla snowdrift porter from Leinenkugel's. And that was, I think, if you were there that day, and he was like, I never knew there's other than just beer. I didn't know what it was. I just drink it to get messed up.
I think that's when we gave him our beer.
Yes, it was. I think so. And then he tried the Two Bros beer
Two
that we had
Bros
made, and he was blown away by it. But
He's like, you guys made this? I was
yeah,
like, yeah.
it was good enough. It was not horrible. I'd put it on par with any of these that we're drinking today.
That's my claim to fame right there.
Yeah, we made beer one time.
We made beer good enough that a millionaire liked it.
Yeah. And Alcoholic Millionaire liked our beer.
Who knew?
Yeah. Yeah, the Leinenkugels. I was really excited when we went to the Wisconsin Dells year before last that we'd actually be close enough to Leinenkugels to find new flavors that we couldn't get around here in Indiana. And I could not find a single one that I could not just buy on a shelf here. Unless I probably should have tried more liquor stores, but they have a weird alcohol setup, just like Ohio to Indiana.
Yeah.
They're all different. Like a liquor store in their grocery stores has to be separated. I could be wrong. I'm sorry, Wisconsin people. If that's not true, let me know in the comments. But that's what I saw in the couple grocery stores I'd went into while we were staying there. And they just all had the basic stuff, and other than Spotted Cow from New Glarius, which is very good. I went up the first day and had it. I think it was a bottle because I bought a case, like 2 cases of it, because everybody at work was like, "Oh, I'll buy Spotted Cow when you go." And I got home, put them in the fridge for like an hour or two, opened one, drank it, and I was like, "This is okay. It tastes like Fat Tire to me, and Fat Tire's good, but I can get Fat Tire everywhere." And then I had one on tap like 2 days later. We were on the boardwalk in the Dells. We roll into this cool restaurant. They actually had like 4 restaurants in one, and it was like an a la carte ordering, and they all just called your name when your portion from their restaurant was done. And they had a bar on the side of it. So I got a Spotted Cow on tap, and it brought out the creamy flavor that was supposed to be in the bottle, and it was delicious.
There are certain beers that taste better on tap, like Blue Moon.
Yeah.
It's good enough in can and bottle, but on tap,
I definitely will say on tap is better for Blue Moon. In the bottle, I'm not a huge fan. I swear they still semi bottle prime Blue Moon because of the sediment that you will get that settles in the bottom of the bottle, which tells me it's not done aging when they put it in there. Or just however they stir up their vat of the beer to then bottle it, that sediment's getting mixed in. Just something I noticed. Not that it changes the flavor at all. And most time I end up drinking that sediment, but
like that. What was it? The summer, was it winter? When we went to Wings,
me and you when we
was
went.
it a summer
what was
shandy?
that?
Was it a summer shandy or a winter?
I think it was, if it was the vanilla snowdrift porter, maybe, because it was one of the line and Kugels, and we got the giant bottle or glasses of them when we went on that. We went to the vape expo.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
the Brutus. We got the Brutus.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Shout out B Dubs.
It was a fun day.
Neither of us vape anymore,
No, not anymore. And
but we still drink beer.
I was thinking about that mint watermelon juice that I got by chance. Was walking by, hey, buy one get one half off, and I was like, okay, I'll buy 2. And I think you gave me the like $10 for the other bottle, and I gave it to you, and I think you ended up giving me the bottle back later, anyways. But that was one of my favorite ones, just randomly walking around a little vape expo. Mint watermelon.
Think back to how cringy we were with the fucking vapes.
Oh,
though,
I
man.
know. I would be right back there now if everybody didn't hate it.
I liked vaping.
It is one of, I'll say probably Zen and those others. I'm not promoting the use of any forms of tobacco or nicotine or anything like that, but those are probably the cleanest ways to get nicotine, other than maybe those nicotine sprays.
Yeah.
Or like maybe Nicorette or something like that. But half the time, if it's a giant corporation like that, I trust them a little less, just because of how corrupt our system is here in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
Getting back down the rabbit hole.
Anything banana back in those days.
Ooh, yeah.
I was like banana cream pie.
That was your
that.
constant smell for years. Was just banana cream pie vape. My only issue with the sweet ones, of anybody that actually rebuilds coils,
They burn out the coils quicker.
yes, it does.
The sugars.
The sugars, they will just, and not a huge issue. If you rebuild, you could take your tank apart, get the wick out, and just light that thing up bright red, glowing, and then dunk it into your sink, leave the water running, and just stick it into the stream of water, and it would wash all that off. But if you're buying coils, it would just ruin them so fast, and then you're out $3 or $4 a coil daily.
Yeah.
And I tended to avoid the sweeter juices.
See, I was more of a tank guy than a build guy, though.
Yeah.
I like the Nautilus tank. That was my favorite, my go-to.
That was a great one too. That was like the game changer tank as far as vaping things went, where you could buy coils off the shelf and they were everywhere. And they could almost keep up with my drip tank builds.
Yep.
And
Oh man, like
they were much safer.
the cloud production on them.
Yes.
This is going to be a wild episode. uh, just like how good it was. It was good.
Yep. Definitely for the simplicity too. I actually even got into rebuilding those, which is it's a pain because of how I'm sure they do it all with little robots that woo 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 and then put it together for them. How the insulation layers go in to keep it from grounding out on itself is not easy to keep once you're trying to force a spring that's wrapped up back into there and it wants to turn and touch and ground itself out. It's a pain trying to do it by hand. Versus all the rebuildables, you would then tighten it down and it would hold your two leads so they could not fight and get away from each other. But then we got into like custom wraps of Canthol. I really loved, it was called the Alien Claptons. That's what I ran in all of mine, and they were some thick wraps when they got done. Really low ohms. I'd probably be in the third ohm or a quarter of an ohm resistance. But they gave really good flavor. Beer burps just getting me. Man, that's so weird. Man, we were just hitting all the great topics today. It's so weird to me how different forms of alcohol will affect you. Because if you told me right now at a beer and a half, I'm at the same level of 6 whiskeys from the other day.
Same.
I don't understand it. Now, if we were to get up and walk around, I might be like, nope, never mind. It's nowhere near 6 ounces of whiskey. But beer always tends to affect me faster, but maybe not as much.
I think it's also that we need to. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Yeah, no, have not eaten dinner. I went and had lunch. Actually had some really good sushi and closed that AVG pop up. Some yakisoba too was really good. And stole Trace's gyoza that he ordered for some reason and he does not like. So I was like, snag, I'll eat those.
I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled with gyoza.
Yeah, I know.
No gyoza is better, man. That vegetarian gyoza.
Gyoza. It's now an Italian dish. Gyoza.
Gyoza.
Mamma mia. That was a spicy meatball. Yeah, I am very glad you like that. It's one of the few recipes from my grandmother that I have just burn into my brain. She wasn't really a huge cook. I suppose a cooker. She wasn't a great cookist. But man, could she make some gyoza, and it just always slapped. But it is such a pain to make that she would limit us. She's like, do you want it Christmas or Thanksgiving? One day a year I will make this because it takes a day and a half or something to get everything prepped to make.
Oh yeah. Oh, but every time you make it like 20 times, I'm just walking to the kitchen.
Yep, just nab them, get them. That year was particularly good too. This year when I had made them, I did not have La Choy soy sauce, which is what I always use. I could not find it for some reason. Midwest, Northern Indiana, we've had a La Choy shortage for like the last 2 or 3 years. I don't know what it is, or maybe the stores just don't buy it anymore. So I had Kiko Man, which is fine. It is what it is. But it always tastes to me like if you took a good soy sauce and added beer to it. And it does not carry the salty flavor as well. So then it just kind of diluted the gyoza flavor.
I don't know. I think I perfected the deviled egg recipe this year.
Yes, those were very good. They were cold, not warm.
The first year I made them, I served them hot. I made them the day of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they were. It was the room temp deviled egg challenge.
And I think I used mayonnaise
You
instead
did.
of Miracle Whip.
Yep. So they were soft too. There's texture issues, heat issues. They were still fine. They tasted good. It was just strange putting warm deviled egg in your mouth.
Just like what would it be, a Scotch egg?
Yes.
Scotch deviled egg.
I've had that at Ledgestone there in Warsaw before it was Ledgestone. I don't remember what the company was.
Ortho City.
Yep, Ortho City Brew Works. And they did a Scotch egg, and they were pretty big by the time they got done. And my mom ordered them as an appetizer. I think 2 or 3 came in it, and I was not a fan. I was like,
"Oh, Scotch eggs are the best, man. You got the hard cooked and the hard boiled and the soft boiled Scotch eggs. So, always go soft boiled. Oh, that runny yolk. Oh."
Dead silence there while I read a Miller Lite cap.
I was
going
going
to
to say something like a little bit grotesque. It's like made me stomach horny just thinking about
Ooh,
it.
nice.
Instead of hungry, it's stomach horny now.
Stomach horny. Yep. Oh, well, our second shirt after Kentucky Gay Bourbon. You guys missed that explanation in the last episode. But yeah, my stomach horny.
Now, here's the thing. If we do a beer episode, do we add that to the blend?
Ooh, no. I think that would literally start rotting.
Yeah.
It would probably break down and that'd ruin it. You guys missed that. So I had the idea, and I'd mentioned it on the last one, is I want to start an infinity bottle, which is when you open a new bottle of whiskey, you pour the neck out. So you add it to this other bottle. It gets air into your bottle, lets it start aging and steeping. And then you collect all of that. And then eventually, once you fill the bottle, you taste it and see what your custom blend ends up being like. And I'd mentioned maybe we'll start saving them up, but we've got to get an empty bottle first to start putting it into. Maybe I'll buy a decanter and pour one of our bottles into the decanter and then start using that bottle.
I say if we get any empty bottle first, it's probably going to be the rabbit hole.
Yeah, probably that, or that my Maker's Mark. That's delicious. It's still so, I don't want to say upsetting, like all these other ones aren't good. They are good. I still need to go back and buy every bottle this place has left of that.
Are they the S's?
S&V liquors. Yeah, they have of that. The private selection Maker's Mark.
Yeah, the private select.
Yeah, they are the stav finish. That's the word I was looking for, where they put little rings of wood together and age it into the barrel. It gives it very unique flavors. I'd really like, now that I found I like that Maker's Mark so much, to try their like hot chocolate blend and their sugar cream pies and their stuff like that.
I got a bottle of OG Maker's Mark.
Oh, yeah.
That's one I always went to back in the day, like that and Tin Cup. Like for some reason, Tin Cup is still hits. I'll have to get a bottle of that for like some of the private reserve Tin Cup. But I got a bottle of Maker's Mark and I had a glass out of it, and then like a week later, I came in and it was almost empty.
That's so strange. I wonder what happened to
Someone was mooching off my Maker's Mark.
Man. It was not me. But yeah,
this is at my house.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do an episode where we do semi-entry point bourbons and do like a Maker's Mark one. Maybe not like, we could do a bottom shelf and do like Jack number 7, Jim Beam White Label, Benchmark 8, stuff like that. Maybe we do like a one step up, get like a Maker's Mark, Gentleman Jack, stuff that's just not entry level. Or maybe we'll do all of them. Those are some of the cheapest ones we could do, so that would not be a horrible idea, in my opinion.
We need to hit like we need to get big.
Yes, it can get big.
So we can try the more expensive ones for you guys.
Oh my goodness. If we could just do like a whole BTAC collection, the Buffalo Patrice O'Neill collection, Buffalo Trace Antique collection. That would be amazing. But I am not that wealthy to be paying like tertiary prices.
Oh yeah.
Per bottle, $600 and up to many of thousands of dollars for like the Pappy Van Winkles.
I want to try some like good imports.
Yes, that'd be neat.
Eventually get into some scotches.
Yeah, not a huge Scotch fan, but I was reading while we were at the liquor store the other day, and some sound interesting. There were some that were like double oak finished. I know the Glenlivet 12 has a double oak.
Glenlivet 12 is like the entry point of good scotch.
And that's not a bad price point either. Like $45 to $55 ish for a bottle.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like I enjoyed the occasional scotch before we started doing bourbon. I drank bourbon too, but like scotch was where I went. 12 it's solid. It tastes good for what it is, but then you get into like decent bourbons, and it's like kind of tastes like doo-doo water now.
And there's a point of diminishing returns, that's for sure. You know, find that cigar that's cheap that smokes like an expensive one, and find a whiskey that's cheap and drinks like an expensive one.
I will tell you though, Spayburn, you can get that shit out of my face.
Never had it.
I'll bring a whole bottle. We can try it.
Oh, yay. It will be like, what's that alcohol from Illinois? That's like a punishment. And they all drink it and just acknowledge that it sucks, but it's like the thing of Illinois. I cannot remember what it's called.
Oh, is it Schlitz?
Nope. Schlitz beer. Man.
Oh, dude,
it's a gross ass liquor.
That is one thing. We can keep on this, but as one, our mother-in-law had a Schlitz malt liquor globe.
Yes, I remember that.
And it was in the basement, and I forgot to take it when we moved out of that basement.
I know. I was literally, as soon as you just mentioned it, I'm like, man, I wonder what happened to that. I don't remember. I don't have it, so.
I wanted to take it. I don't think we had room when we moved.
Oh, that was so cool. I would love to get a bunch of, I about said paraphernalia, memorabilia or stuff like that, like cool things. Once we get the area set up, get cool decorations.
Yeah, we are planning on having like a 3 different studio kind of setup.
All in one room, 3 different sets, so we can
change
flip
the
flop.
camera.
Yeah. Just have maybe like stands at each area dedicated to where we can just move our mics and set them up. Maybe like a mobile PC that can, on wheels, move around so that we're not tied to one area. I was really thinking of one. Words escape me. Essentially like a Lista cabinet, and have a like almost 30-some inch TV on it with the computer in it that it can be moved around, so we can mount the TV behind the camera.
Yeah.
And see what I have going on over here on my computer up on a giant screen behind it, so we're not doing this looking to confirm things. It'll just be right there. And then we can move the camera around. That'd be interesting. Then we can swap between all the sets in the one room.
Yeah. I would say like a teleprompter, but we don't do the
No, we can barely read, so that would be lost on us.
What are them words there on the screen there?
Yeah. You notice when we're both trying to see what it says. Hit a blurry section. We'd be toast. Though I think I might do better at it than people on TV a lot of the times.
Oh, yeah.
There's a new local weatherman, and you'll see he'll be talking to the camera, and then he zooms off, and he's still blah, 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 talking. And he looks back at the camera and says 2 words, and then keeps reading the thing. And I'm like, man, pre-read. Go like a sentence ahead and say it. Keep staring at the camera. Yep, weather band's coming in from the west to the east.
Yeah, I don't think I could do a teleprompter.
That'd be tough.
I grew up with a stutter. I don't know if you guys can tell within the last couple episodes, but I went to speech class for it. And now, every once in a while, it rears its ugly head. And if I get around someone who is also a stutterer, I am just done.
Oh, you're going to build on each other?
Yeah, dude, it's for real. Like, people don't realize, like, when you're a stutterer, you have triggers for other, like, when you're around other stutterers.
Yeah.
Or, like, I'll repeat myself because, like, I think I've messed it up in my brain.
I could see that. Our brains are weird things. chemistry and science words that I don't know.
But with twins, speech problems are always a thing. Most of them are the R kind of thing. Because my twin sister, she couldn't say Oz. She
Yeah.
said Oz like this.
Trace did as well.
And then me, it was a stutter. I think it's like a male thing because my grandfather stuttered and me and my cousin stuttered.
I'm very thankful I do not have anything like that. I just get other weird tics that I have to step certain ways when I walk around, obsessive tics, anxiety stuff. It's never great.
I'm very particular about how I set my alarms.
Yeah.
Like especially with an iPhone, I have to like turn off the silent mode and turn on the
yeah.
switch it on and off like 3 or 4 times and then turn my volume up twice. Are we going in? That's what we're doing.
Here you go. You want some of that one, or you can have whatever you want.
I'll go in.
I'm very glad I don't have that. For every waitress at a restaurant, bartenders a lot of the times know how to pour. You see how much head's on there for a light beer? That's all there should be. You should not be getting inches of head on top of a beer. Nothing infuriates me more. We were at Ole's in Fort Wayne, one of the best pizza restaurants I've ever been to. And I order a Yingling, and she brings me out like a 24-ounce tall boy. And she literally and just straight vertical starts pouring this thing into this glass from like that far away. It's like a 20-ounce glass, and I bet it had less than this 6 ounces in it. And then the head that was like 9 inches tall. I was about to tell her to just take it back and bring me another one because of now I like the fizz. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not trying to force as much of this into my stomach as I can as fast as possible. You just took part of the flavor of my beer away, and now it tastes skunky.
That happened to me at Matt Anthony's.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm going to take this back up there. I think everybody in the group minus me would be like, just leave it. It's fine.
It's fine. Just drink it, man.
No.
It doesn't change. Yes. Old Miller Lite, my friend. So weird how our palates will change.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when, we'll say I was 21. My mom drank Miller Lite forever.
Mm-hmm.
And when she had given me one, I probably was legit 21 at this point, and it tasted so damn salty to me.
Oh, yeah.
But I always drank Coors Light and Keystone. Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Always smooth?
Yeah. Smooth as the Rockies,
Keith Stone.
Keith
Always
Stone. And then I try Miller Lite, and I'm like, ugh, that tastes like brine. Like, why would you not drink something that tastes sweeter? And then now, if I drink a Coors, I'm like, wow, this is water. That's all this is.
Oh, yeah.
Alcohol content's the same, calorically still the same. But when you see it, it is like noticeably clear.
Oh, yeah.
It is not. It's not a dark beer like a light lager is supposed to be. Something attacked my eye out of nowhere. There we go. Getting moved off the side.
It was Keith Stone.
It was Keith Stone. It was the big Coors coming after me for. Is it Coors Molson? Is the brand?
I have no idea.
It's something like that. Sorry, Coors. If
I just drink the product.
hey, Blue Moon is awesome. You guys do a great job with Blue Moon. Trying to think what other Coors
you
brands
don't like
are.
regular Coors? Like Coors
Oh,
Light?
Coors Banquet is one of my favorite beers. That is, I love the weird little Mickey's grenade bottles too. Those are my favorite.
I don't mind the occasional Coors Light.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's
gotta be ice cold though.
Oh yeah, we were at Ole's again, like another period of time later, and I went in, ordered our pizza, wings, and I was like, I'll try a Coors Light. And Erica was making fun of me. She's like, oh, you little bitch, you're getting a Coors Light. I'm like, I haven't had one in like 10 years. I want to try another Coors Light. And they come and she does the thing. And this waitress actually did not give me a horrible pour. And as she pours it and then walks away, and I'm like, this looks like LaCroix in my glass. And I'm like, it tastes fine. It's great. It's not great. It's fine. I drank 2 of them pretty quick because I was very thirsty. And I was like, that did me in. I don't need a refresher on Coors Light. But maybe we'll do that here. We'll add it to the beer and bourbon playlist.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Do that and do some barf sodas.
You can watch him try it really quick and then get his reaction to me, be like, nah, I'm good.
You play Birdie Bots, man. You can do barf soda.
Yeah. Yeah, the beans, every flavored beans didn't bother me. Like the kids, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't taste great.
Again, I think it's the medium that you take it in.
It might be. The liquid might be worse than the flavored beans because it will envelop your mouth.
It's a mental thing. It's like you're either thinking bitter or sweet or sour with liquid.
Yeah.
And then you get like toe jam.
Yeah. Like, it smells like cheese. That's how I often describe game in wild game. You know, I hunt. People always say like, "Oh, I don't like venison. It's too gamey."
I love venison.
It's gamey. Venison's probably one of the lower of the game flavored.
Oh yeah.
But I'll often describe it to people. Game flavor is the smell of ponds or wet dogs. I don't know why, but that's what I get from it. Hunting ducks too, you will get a lot of that duck to duck. They do not taste the same. And you will get one that's like, man, you were eating critters out of the mud in the nastiest ponds to get this flavor. And then some of them I'm like, you were eating in cornfields and wheat fields. You were finding high-end grain because you are delicious. And I wish they all were delicious. They all get eaten either way. But
have you got any duck eggs yet?
I think the duck started laying eggs the other day. I have not tried them as somebody gave my eggs away and I had like 3 duck eggs in there. Rant from earlier
they're gonna
today.
Be in for a surprise.
Oh, they will
when
be.
They get a super rich
when they're
fucking
like,
egg.
oh, what the hell is that? Oh, that was a duck egg because somebody gave you my eggs.
Well, you got to let it incubate a little bit, and then you get like what they do over in Asia and
Europe. Like the black eggs, is that what they're called? Where they ferment them?
When they're half aged and it's like half.
We're not even making it to the barf soda. I'll be barfing before then, just talking about that.
What's the weirdest food you would try? Because I'm out there, man. Like I've eaten like pig's feet, I've eaten chicken feet, all that stuff.
If it doesn't smell bad, I'll try it.
I mean, some of the good stuff, like it stank.
No, it's not.
It's not like so bad, but it stank.
Yeah. So I remember my mom, before they moved to the house they're in now, she'd bought me pickled quail eggs, and they were jalapeno.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, heck yes, these will be good. I'm not a pickled egg fan to begin with. So I crack this, jar open, and it smells like someone just shit in my face. It smells so bad. I was just like, nope, we're throwing those away. This is disgusting. And
dude, pickled beet eggs.
Nope.
I can get down on those.
One of the guys I worked with had brought in some pickled beet eggs he had made, and he was going around passing them out, and I'm like, I don't even need to try them, man. I can smell that. I can tell you I don't want it.
If you guys are listening to this episode and you get really hungry, I am sorry.
Yeah.
We are also hungry and talking about food right now.
Yes. It comes after you. The hunger gets you by the boo-boo sometimes.
Especially when you're...
Yes.
What?
2.5 beers in.
And we're more toasty than we were with half a fifth.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like, I don't know. Beer's more uplifting to me, so it makes me more talkative and want to do things. Maybe it's a higher sugar content. I don't know. I highly doubt it. I doubt that's it. So I don't know why my brain went that way when these only have like 3 carbs in each one. You could drink 3 whole beers for 12 carbs. That's
It's definitely like
no sugar at all.
if I'd explain it, it'd be like a happier
Yes.
kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm. That's why for years I did not drink any liquor at all because it doesn't make you feel great.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't taste great for a long time either. Being able to,
I would like to like reach and go back and drink other alcohols, like other spirits. Sorry,
yes, spirits.
other spirits, and see what we would think of them now.
Yeah.
Like some of like the vodkas and like the rums and the gins.
Ooh, Mount Gay.
That dude.
That is a solid rum. Bourbon finished rum.
Oh my God.
It's rum aged in bourbon casks. It's
For
very good.
$24. It was
Yes.
hella good.
So good. Still have a bunch of it. So we'll bring that on an episode, I'm sure. Maybe do a rum comparison. Because I was always let's say Blanco. That would be a tequila reference. Clear rum. I don't like spiced rum. Or I did not. I haven't had one in a long time.
So like a Malibu clear.
I love Malibu. Malibu Island Melon. That was my favorite one ever, and I don't think they make it anymore.
I was a orange, Malibu orange. My when I was over the age of 21,
Yes.
my stepfather would have a bottle of Malibu orange sitting around.
Okay, that's where we were going with this. He would touch me in the closet.
I got stuck in the dryer ones.
Yes. Hey, stepson. I see you're stuck.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never had my basketball shorts removed faster than that day.
I never wished I was wearing jeans more.
Yep. Please don't flag us, YouTube. That was a joke. People are allowed to make those still. Yeah, I used to get pineapple Malibu and Sprite, like Sprite Zero. Try to, stave off some of the sugar when I'm drinking sugar rum. That's just super flavored and sweet.
The worst thing I ever tried was the 151.
I can't even say I've ever had it.
You can't find it now.
Yeah.
It's like I think they discontinued 151, but there's a Tech Nine song. It's called Caribou. It's he makes a recipe. It's 151 rum, and I was like, I'm gonna get a bottle. And I took a shot of it, and
You're like, oh, never mind.
No. It's like
Yeah.
Tech Nine lied.
You lied to me. You assaulted my taste buds.
It's like the first time you think you're man enough to take a shot of Everclear.
No, I've drank like caps of Everclear before, and I'm good. I've had moonshine. That's way smoother. Real moonshine, not the stuff you buy from the mass producers. Not that I had bought it. It was somebody else's.
Yeah, it was
People
there.
had it, and I tried it.
It just happened to be there.
Yeah. Ba-ding. Yeah, I'm keeping my caps for the apocalypse. Got to save them up. With all these new companies coming out with like nuclear at-home batteries, I am excited. I was like, yes, my bottle cap collection will finally come into use.
Oh, we gotta bring back the 20s radio, man.
Yeah, I've been slowly hiding Nuka-Colas around my house with other random items. I have one it is in a Vault-Tec lunchbox with 6 357 mags and I forget what else I put in there. I think maybe like a lighter or something. So I'm like, just make it like real Fallout.
Didn't you drop some other rounds in it too?
Yes, 1 380. I'm like, gotta keep it true to Fallout fashion and just random ammo that doesn't go together.
It's better than what's in your other bathroom wall.
Yes. So we were remodeling a house we were selling. Sorry if whoever's buying my house is watching this video. And I had been I am part of this like our antique home group on Facebook. And people will always post like, look at this neat thing I found in the walls, So I got the funny idea. I was like, this would be hilarious. I'm going to put a dildo in a jar of Vaseline in the wall. And then I wrote on the note when I was remodeling the bathroom, I wrote a note that said, have fun, and drew an arrow down to a dildo still in the box with a jar of Vaseline sitting on top of it, and then put the new drywall up. So it is sealed into the wall of my old house.
Oh, that's great.
That will be amusing if they ever remodel that bathroom and find
If they
it.
do the hallway, they're going to find it.
Yeah,
too.
either way, if they do the hallway or the bathroom, it's in there. That will be great. They just might not see the note that says "have fun."
Well, they'll find it.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh.
There's no, the one you got, there's no overlooking that thing.
Second only to Dongus.
Oh, yeah. Do we need to bring up the longest story?
the turret.
Oh, that'll be a later story.
Yes, that's a like after midnight episode
Yeah.
when we're already trashed. Not one I'm sure anybody wants us to go into right now on either end of that story or either end of the double ender.
Double in there with a suction cup. How would that work?
Oh, it's like a Y shape. Oh, goodness. Too much fun with these so fast. So many fun stories. Let us know what your favorite Wes and Harold random ass story is so far.
We've been going on like the ones where we rant.
Yeah.
How far are we in?
Hour and 12.
Whew.
Felt like 15 minutes.
I know.
The beer started flowing, and so do the stories. I saw this cool shirt on Facebook, and I went to order it, and I'm like, you guys have burned me before, and it'll be a company from China, nothing against that, but it's just like, oh, cool, I'll get this in 6 months. And it was like, when the bourbon starts flowing, so does the wisdom or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's a neat shirt. I'm not going to buy it because it'll take forever to get here, and then it'll be like mediocre quality at best. Where it's like, it looks like this was an iron-on from the 90s instead of a screen print. Upsetting.
I want to get the shirt that says, the gym shirt. Because I've been hitting the gym. Try not to be a big back.
Big back. Kentucky Big Back Bourbon. There
Kentucky
we go.
Big Back Bourbon.
There we go.
KBBB.
Yep, K triple B.
No, but it says, don't spot me. I'm trying to die.
Yeah, he said that to the group. I was like, that's hilarious. I understand, bro. Same. No. I want to die. It's fine. Just let it go.
End game.
Yep.
End game, YouTube.
GG, bro. I'd seen that. There was a guy that was doing like a reels, and it was like when Muscle Mommy refuses to spit your pre-workout and her pre-workout in your mouth, and it's like, there goes my hero, and he just lets go of the bar while bench pressing. I'm like, yep, I understand, man.
Yes, this show fully supports muscle mommies.
Yes, please. Please show us your muscle mommies. Maybe not in the comments of our YouTube video, but I'll give you Harold's physical address. You can mail us print copies of your muscle
no.
mommies.
People might get upset.
No, we're not exclusionary of any mommies. Goth mommies as well.
Mm-hmm.
Milk
muscle,
mommies.
Muscle goth mommy.
I know. You get the three of them together, and it's like
Again.
perfect trifecta there.
Again, Ray Ripley, whichever way, way you want to say it.
She just got married. Sad day. And that dude looks huge. So I'm like,
We just got to get bigger.
You're onto something there.
It's like one of those. I don't know if you guys own a phone. You probably do if you're watching.
Do you own a
this.
phone? Let us know. Is it rotary or like an iPhone?
If you're watching this on a rotary phone, how?
How did you pull that off?
But like, you know how they have like the ads in between? It's like level 1 boss, level 20 boss.
Yeah.
We just have to become the level 50 boss.
Level 50 boss. There we go. I'll
Someone's
start
gonna
upping
be,
my protein.
someone, if we ever like take off, someone's gonna be watching this and know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's like the gun game where you're running down a bridge and you have to pick one side or the other and everything's like, this isn't even a real game. People are making this up. And then as you watch it and they're like, shoot these people. I'm going to shoot these people. And it rolls into a Temu ad. And I'm like, you got me with the game thing because I wanted to see what decisions they made.
Oh man, some of those games are pretty fun though.
No, I bet.
Well, if they were real.
Yes,
There's some
if
of
they
them that
were
were
real.
made after like the fake ones.
I wouldn't be opposed to a game like that. That'd be fun. I really enjoyed Fall Guys.
Mm-hmm. And then the ugly cousin stumble guys.
Never played that one.
That's like a PC mobile game.
Okay. Just sitting here thinking of audibly thinking. I am audibly thinking now.
I'm thinking about food.
I'm thinking about how I am trying not to make mouth sounds before I start talking. As we mentioned in the last episode, I'm sorry. I listened to like the first 2 episodes where I made an abundance of mouth sounds, not realizing it. And now I'm trying to open my mouth before I start talking so I don't start every sentence with and just drive people crazy because I understand sounds get me too.
You got to get them out like the first 5 minutes of the episode. Just
Get your ferret sounds finished so that
like that guy tasting ice cream.
yeah, oh my gosh, I watched that and I'm like, this is so annoying, bro. Subtle cream. There's a little bit of rat asshole in that one. Yep. That's a 10 out of a 10 ice cream. And I'm like, you are such a nerd, man.
He's so full of himself because he has a gold spoon too.
Yeah, gold spoon. Yep. He won that with his golden knee pads award at work. They have a special little knob in the wall. What would I call that? Wow. Words are gone. A point for him to hang his knee pads up next to his supervisor's desk.
I'll just keep him in the bottom drawer.
Yeah. I just wear them all day. Everybody else thinks it's funny that I wear knee pads. But slide into action with those bad boys on. Almost like full catcher gear.
Tactical slide like God.
Yeah.
Mouth open. Oh man,
love that.
What is going on?
I don't know. How did we go wrong in life? How did we get
How
here?
did we get here? We went from this beer is good to
Yeah.
full on knee sliding into
Yeah.
the cock.
Just right under the desk. It'd
I
be
blame the
great.
beer.
Yep, I do too.
I think that we're at about an hour and a half.
You're pretty close. Hour and 18.
I think at risk of
Getting much more scandalous as we continue.
Yes, that we call it a day.
Yeah, I suppose we should probably go get some dinner.
Yeah, dinner sounds delicious. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much.
If you guys enjoyed the episode,
Dealt with
it, however you want to look at it. If you guys were here, please give us a like. Don't forget to follow us
Please
on
subscribe.
Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Join our Discord if you want. The links will be in our bio.
Yes.
Everything we appreciated. But until next time, we don't have anything to cheer with. We don't cheer with beer anyway. You guys have a good week. We will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.